Hi, Vanessa here with Heal Body Mind, and I am going to show you how to make one more thing chia before I move on to another subject. I want to teach you how to make something with a good majority of my favorite seeds, which are hemp, chia, and flax. So I haven't, I used flax like a lot, like 20 years ago, and then I kind of quit using it, and lately I've been more into chia and hemp, and I'm really working to integrate flax back into my diet more. And so anyways, I wanted to teach you how to make a coconut chia porridge of sorts, like a oatmeal less oatmeal. But I don't want to get into a whole lot of the nutritional aspects of all of these. I already have another video out on chia seeds that goes about sharing about, all the vitamins that are in chia seeds and all the minerals and the essential fatty acids and the protein and fiber and antioxidants and the numerous benefits to the digestive tract, the cardiovascular system, mental function, blood sugar balancing, energy endurance. So you can watch that video where it breaks down the exact vitamins and minerals and whatnot. And then flax and hemp are actually similar to chia, and they don't have the dietary fiber so much. Flax does a bit, but basically hemp seed and flax seed are quite notable for their essential fatty acids and their antioxidants, primarily providing a lot of 3 omegas, which our diet in America is very, there's a lot of illness and conditions that are created from having too much 6 and not enough 3s. You need them in a balance. The hemp seed is notable for that. It has the perfect ratio of 3 to 6, the perfect balance of what you're supposed to get. Just 3 tablespoons will get you the perfect balance. And so they're both high in vitamin E as well, and they have a lot of the same minerals like manganese, phosphorus, calcium, zinc, iron, potassium, and then flaxseed has protein beyond everything else that I've said. I'm going to use chia gel instead of the unsoaked. I've never soaked flaxseed before, but I'm going to grind this. That's the way I typically have always done flax, although you can soak it. For the same reasons, it has phytates and phytoestrogens and things that are just not ideal for the body, as far as they cause the body. They basically protect the seeds in nature from elements, and for us what it means is we don't actually break them down and process them properly. So anyways, I'm going to grind this flax real quick. This increases its ability to be absorbed and assimilated by the body. The chia seed, once it is in water and stuff, it does start to help with the absorption, but ideally you want to leave it out on the counter for up to 4 hours. And even with, if I was to do flax that way, I already have this chia gel, so I'm going to use extra chia gel. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons instead of 1, but the recipe would normally call for just 1 tablespoon of each. But chia seeds expand. So if I was to actually take what was 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and soak it, it would become closer to 2. I'm going to just use a little pot like this. Grab my measuring cup of 1 cup, because I'm going to use 1 cup of whatever dairy you choose. Almond, coconut. I'm not a big fan of soy. You want to stay away from carrageen, which is in almost all the almond milks out there. That I think they've started to remove it finally. I know that this coconut milk definitely says carrageen free on it. I'm going to put this on the stovetop and just let it get a small simmer. And then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of this chia gel. Well, I'm going to do these others first. So we already know that this is a tablespoon of flax, and we've ground it so that the body can absorb and assimilate it, and it doesn't mess with the digestive tract because of the phytates and that protect it. We're going to take a tablespoon of hemp seeds. Yeah, I mentioned in a different video how I buy a lot of Nutiva, so that's an example. Is I've been buying Nutiva coconut oil and hemp seeds for a really, really long time. Tablespoon. Our milk is very close, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the 2 tablespoons of chia, which again would normally just be 1 if I was doing it dry. But I'm going to go for 2. I'm just going to add this little concoction to my dairy of choice that's over here starting to simmer. I'm not going to move my camera. I'm just going to bring it over here for you guys. you'll see that it's getting warm. It's got little bubbles. So I'm just gonna pour this in. You can make this in under 5 minutes. Stir it in. Believe it or not, I made this cold and it was really good. I ate it cold, it was fine. So I'm gonna let this lightly boil. And I could show you guys over here, but I know I'm not gonna get my camera back in the same position, but maybe it doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna add, beyond the seeds, the other magic ingredient is coconut, shredded coconut, a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add that. And then we're just gonna wait for it to thicken. So I do wanna show you how it is just starting to thicken just a bit. It's not gonna thicken quite like another type of oatmeal would, but it'll take about 5 minutes to get it to that point. And then we're gonna add some toppings. This is really 1 serving. See, it thickened. It's not super thick, but it's thickened quite a bit from where it was. Normally I would just probably pour this into a bowl and just put whatever toppings I wanted on it, but I wanted to show you that you can do really whatever you want, and just it's about learning to trust yourself and try different toppings and different ways of sweetening things, different fruits, just different ways of cooking as a whole. If I was eating grains right now, this would be really yummy on top of some cooked quinoa. Right now I'm not doing any grains, but the best grains that you can eat are millet, buckwheat, quinoa, and amaranth. Those are, it took me about 20 years to convince myself of that. I knew about that over 20 years ago, but I just started doing it in the last 10 years consistently. So, okay, so I'm going to show you, typically you could add vanilla bean to this. You could have done that while you're on the stovetop. You can add some honey. A 1/4 of a teaspoon would work nice. And you could add more if you wanted. Then you could add some cinnamon. This is awesome cinnamon I get from the Ayurvedic Institute in Albuquerque. So add a little bit of cinnamon, and then a little bit of walnuts, and then fig. Yeah. And then you could also add some blueberries if you wanted. And there you have a warm breakfast cereal treat. How I would probably do mine today, because I'm doing a little bit of a cleanse, I would add the coconut butter manna. And then I would probably add some cinnamon. And then some bee pollen, my sweeteners of choice for the moment. And then I'm not eating seeds or nuts right now either. They're difficult to digest. I'm basically just doing a revamp on my digestive system, which I like to do from time to time. And then some blueberries. So you can make them individualized for your own taste buds, or whoever you are treating, you can make theirs separate and different than yours. So cheers to you. Let's get healthy together, and happy hot cereal morning to you. If you like this video, please click the link below and learn more recipes over time, and or like this video. Thanks, Vanessa with Heal Body Mind signing off. Have a beautiful rest of your day.